Welcome to the inaugural Simmons Show. On our show, we're going to be talking about pro wrestling, video games, comics, movies, and more. For this show tonight, we're going to cover our WWE Wrestlemania predictions. I am Sith Lord Luke, here with
Zack
and
Mikkel.
So, we got quite a card coming up for WrestleMania, and I don't even know where to begin with this. I guess we will start off with our kickoff show predictions. What are your thoughts on, it looks like the Cruiserweight match is probably going to be the first one of the night to kick off this very long WrestleMania. We got Neville and Austin Aries. Personally, I'm calling that Neville's going to retain. I have a feeling that he is going to keep it, and Austin will probably win it the next night. That's my own personal thought. I think they're just going to have a tease for Austin, and then it'll just lead into a better night on Raw.
I don't know. I'd almost think Austin's going to win it just because he's been out since June or July with the busted orbital socket from Shinsuke Nakamura. So it's just been coming for a while. I mean, they've been teasing all this stuff back and forth, and he's been on Raw numerous times with wins and throwing it in his face, then going back on that 205 Live, doing the same exact thing. So I'm not saying he's going to win. Just he seems like the logical choice. But Neville has been had a strong footing going into it. So,
well, I would be just afraid also that if Austin Aries wins, I'm afraid they're going to bury Neville, and I don't want him to do that. I love his character that's going on right now.
They just bury the rest of the guys with Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
Noam Dar.
But I mean, I think if Austin Aries wins it, it could be very interesting, and it might actually help with some of those Raw ratings that are way down. But we'll see. Any other thoughts on it?
Not exactly. I mean,
I think it's going to be a highlight match, though. I think it's going to be something that's going to be very exciting to watch.
that's why I assume they'd have to be the first match of the night.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
You get people to actually watch the kickoff show for a change.
Yeah, because that usually is one of the worst things they have.
3 old guys and a lady. Okay, a hot chick, is that better?
Yeah, I guess.
Showing some cleavage that she doesn't have.
Yeah, well. All right, well, let's move on to the SmackDown Women's Championship match, also on the kickoff show. There's way too many women in this match. I mean, I think it's going to be good, but I'm afraid that it's going to be too much out of the ring time for them. They tend to do that when they have so many people. They'll kick it off and have, all of them in the ring, and then half of them get thrown out or more. And then you have 10 minutes of 2 people in the ring.
It's going to be just like a regular triple threat match where they throw somebody out, they get a chance to fight back and forth, they'll throw that person out. So that's the only thing is, though, it doesn't really say what kind of match it is.
No.
What's that called now? Where they got gauntlet match one after another.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be someone gets pinned, so Alexa will be the first one in the ring, and she just have to pin everybody to go through. Is it going to be... I mean, you got a fatal 4-way already, so I'm pretty sure they're not going to go that route.
No, probably not. I would like to see a gauntlet match, but I don't think Alexa Bliss should be the first one in the ring. And I don't think Naomi should be the first one in the ring, because I think that in order to get the biggest pop, they're going to bring Naomi out later.
Well, they'll probably start with, if that's the way it's going to go, it'd probably be Carmella, and I wouldn't be surprised if Carmella and Natalya in the ring first.
That's true. And probably Natalya taking it over Carmella as far as
because of the experience-wise. And then you'll introduce, Becky, or it'd be Mickie James, who will get in and get a squash victory really quick off her from her kick.
Yep.
We'll be done with that, and then they'll move on to, here comes Becky Lynch. And Becky will get the pinfall, or Becky will be after Natalya, pin Natalya, here comes Mickie, pins Mickie, and all of a sudden out comes Naomi, and Naomi will do the little butt to the face routine, a little bit of stink face in the corner, pin her, out comes Alexa Bliss, and she'll just beat the tar out of her.
Yeah, I think wholeheartedly that Naomi's going to win this one. I think just because that they kind of went the same route with Finn Balor, where he unfortunately won it, and then the next night he had to relinquish it. And it's the same thing with her, and I think it's just a matter of her getting it back now.
But the funny thing is, most of these people are back. Like, Tamina's been cleared. She's been on house shows.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's always a chance that there's surprise people because as long as they're on the SmackDown roster, they're eligible for the match.
Do you think that's why it doesn't give you like an idea who's actually in the match?
Yeah, I mean that's true because I mean last minute they added Naomi, and I mean there's always that chance that one of them just shows up. But I don't know. I'm not expecting it to be a great match. I think, like you said, I think it's gonna be a lot of squash pinfalls in it. But
you'll have a couple highlights. Now that's what I'm saying. Is it if it's going to be a gauntlet match? Is it going to be boring because you're going to have one person after another, and the match is going to last a minute and a half per person?
Right.
You'll get someone good in there, like you'll have say Mickie James and Becky go at it for 2-3 minutes. Becky and Naomi and Mickie James, and Alexa. If that is the case, will she be the last one to come out?
Yeah, that's true. But if she is,
hopefully do a title defense, be the last one to get in the ring.
Yeah, and that would kind of make sense. But of course, if it comes down to that, Naomi's gonna be the one standing there waiting for her.
Yep.
I would be shocked if really anybody other than Naomi won it.
Becky's too good to chase the title, so and everybody likes to root for Becky.
Yeah.
No matter if she's down or not, yeah. Becky's always the fan favorite.
And I think the reason Mickie James is around right now is just to help boost these other women. I mean, nothing against Mickie James by any means, but she is older and she's been established, and I think they have her there just to help some of the others look better, especially Alexa Bliss. Although she's not doing too hot, but when you botch that many matches and that many moves, it's not looking good for you.
In a row.
Yeah.
2 weeks with Mickie James.
And Mickie took the first week though. Mickie took the blame for it, and she was reassured it wasn't you. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of curious.
I am too, but it'll be interesting to see it.
As for the winner, I'm not positive.
Naomi
would be the obvious winner besides Alexa Bliss. But with all the heat she's had on her, I'd say more Naomi than I would say anybody else. Becky'd be a close second.
Yeah. Personally, I mean, Naomi deserves it. I've never been a fan, but she does deserve it. She's really worked her way to get to there.
Well, you just got some heat for that one, didn't you?
Yeah, more than likely. But I just I don't know. I'd love to see Becky get it and hold on to it for a little bit.
Well, yeah, God forbid it's not like the Raw title or hot potato between each person.
Yeah, really. I'm just glad that Charlotte's
You can laugh all you want. Charlotte's held that title like 5 times. Sasha's at least been 3. Yeah. Bayley's been the only one that's actually held it for this long without any issues. Poor Nia Jax, she's pulling up the rear.
Yeah.
I guess we're getting a little ahead of herself on that one.
Yeah.
She is a big lady. I'm not talking about her ass. We're stopping it now. Well, you already heard that.
Yeah, we'll come back to her in a little bit, I'm sure. We got that match coming up. So, now the 4th annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
I'm not impressed.
I don't know what to expect out of this, really, because this is a lot of people in that match.
But I'm going to tell you, I'm really sick of seeing the Instagram post of Big Show lifting his shirt and saying, "Look at my abs."
Yeah,
he
that's
comes
true.
up the ring, and I don't really see the abs in the singlet. I mean, if he's doing digital work, he's doing a damn good job.
Yeah, well, I think he has trimmed down. I mean, you can see that he's trimmed down. But I don't know.
I will give you my obvious winner for this match, and I hate to say it, would be Braun Strowman.
Yeah, I think I'm going to second that.
I so hate that, but it's going to be Braun Strowman. Big Show would be kind of cool because he won it last year.
Yeah, I think it was last year. Or 2 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago. I think last year was Baron Corbin.
Yeah, last year.
Because this is his first full calendar year.
Right.
And before that was Cesaro. Because when Cesaro won the very first one, I think it was, he was with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really skyrocketed his career.
Yeah, right.
That's when he became the king of swing, and he got pretty much nowhere.
Yeah. Although he is very popular with fans. I mean, he is.
Never be world champion or WWE champion.
No, probably not. Not unless it happens to a lot of people. But
that's why I don't think Sheamus will ever be champion again.
No, I think that one of the problems with Sheamus, though, is Triple H was so big on him when he came in that they rushed him into that championship, and I think that was a mistake. I mean, I'm not saying
you'll see with John Cena.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. But the thing is with Sheamus, the guy was, when he first came in, I think he was really good and he was entertaining, and then his character became stale and they really didn't change it much. And I always thought that he had more potential than what he showed, but I think they just rushed him to a championship, and that when that happens, it always kills their career.
Or his haircut.
Yeah, well, his haircut didn't help.
But now since he's a face, because when he came back and he helped, who did he help when he came back? And he had the mohawk and all this stuff, and he came in, he got a big pop, he beat the crap out of everybody, and was it Daniel Bryan?
Was it Bryan?
Because I remember whoever it was got up in the ring, got ready to do something, he did the brogue kick. and did his fellow routine, hopped over and left, and the next week that's when he had the whole handlebar mustache, he shaved the rest of his beard off.
That's right.
And then he started going by the whole, more like the Celtic thing with the little video package where they flash up on the screen. And he come on with the attitude, the bull ring in his nose.
Oh God, I hate those
snorting fire.
Yeah, I know. I'm picking up some enemies already, but I just think those things are terrible. It doesn't matter, male, female, hate them. But anyway, we're talking about wrestling, not those. Anyway, so yeah, I again, we come back to that battle royal and Strowman. I think Mojo Rawley's going to be one of the last ones, and I think people are really going to, give him a big pop. But
I don't even want to talk to you anymore because I think he's probably the most wasteful guy I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his either, but I have a feeling that they've been kind of hinting they're going to push him. Don't like his character either. He isn't that great a wrestler.
You know what I would really like to see happen would be, I know Zack Ryder's not clear to come back. He comes in, does the Rough Rider on Mojo Rawley, knocks him out. Then Zack Ryder gets thrown out, obviously, because he won't win the match. But
well, of course not.
I just thought it'd be hilarious to watch Zack Ryder come in there. A guy that's busted his tail in and out for years.
Yeah.
God, an edgehead.
Yeah, well, and the other thing, too, is, he did win the Intercontinental Championship for a day. He won at WrestleMania last year and lost it the next day to Miz. Yeah. And
Miz is like, thanks for keeping it warm.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're going to get drafted next month, or the month after, whatever it was.
But yeah, the I don't know about that guy. I like Zack Ryder, but they really have wasted talent with him. He's great on the mic, but unfortunately, it's somebody has it against him, or somebody has out for him because he is not going anywhere.
He'll never be heavyweight champion.
Oh no!
You're lucky if he'll ever be United States champion or a Continental champion again.
No, but will he be remembered? I guess that's kind of thing. Because if you think about it, some of the people that have never won the championships are still remembered. You got people like Rick Rude or Ted DiBiase. Okay, he bought the championship, but he didn't win the championship. Jake Roberts. These are people who are.
I do like the '80s flashback here. Maybe
I'm just saying,
more current for some of the other people.
I get it, but it's just the idea that some of these guys are some of the best well-known people. Well, let's call Roddy Piper. Even because people have known him forever.
No, forget that. Lex Luger, who hardly did anything in the WWF and WWE, went to WCW and he held maybe a few titles, and never did anything in WWF.
Yeah, well, he was he was world heavyweight or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, in WCW.
Yeah.
Because WWF, what's the biggest thing he did? Yokozuna.
Yeah, that's true.
Body slam, by Lisa Bret Hart.
Yeah, the body slam that was supposed to be so major.
What was it, the USS Intrepid or whatever?
Yeah. Well, now we're going back in agency again. Yeah, I'm sure one day we'll have a podcast on that. But
underdog for the match.
For the.
Everybody's gonna pick Sammy, regardless, for the underdog.
Yeah, boy, Apollo Crews.
He's been floundering. That'd be a way to help him.
Yeah, I guess that would be a kind of a big thing, big hit.
The tag teams, Usos and American Alpha, they're gonna take each other out.
Yeah.
Or they'll be in the ring trying to take out Braun Strowman, and he'll just throw all four of them out.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee it, you're gonna see those two big monkeys looking at each other. Braun will beat his chest. Big Show will beat his chest. They'll stare each other in the eyes. Everybody will take a shot. And then you're going to see both of them go over the top rope.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't mind Big Show, but
Braun Strowman to me is just...
He'll be the winner of the match, and then you'll see in the next couple months, because, for love of God, he'll be in the title picture somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Give it by September, he'll be your new champion.
Yeah, probably. And he'll keep it until, the next day. That's all.
I hope.
But yeah, I don't know.
6-month champion.
But oh God, I would hope not. And that'd take him up to WrestleMania probably.
That's not funny.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I see subscription for network going right down after that.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I know there's people like Braun Strowman.
But the thing is, and I don't mean this in a kind of weird way, but Vince McMahon is big on the big men. He always pushes the biggest guys in the ring, whether they have talent or don't.
That does sound kind of weird.
Kind of like Great Khali. Let's throw the championship on this guy. He can't wrestle, he can't walk, but we're going to make him the champion. Kind of a bad move.
When your hand's bigger than Rey Mysterio's head, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, well, the guy had the look, he didn't have the talent.
No. So, Braun Strowman's getting better. I seen the guy throw a drop kick.
That was a little shocking.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't either.
But he left the ground.
Yeah.
By at least 4 feet. He leapt. It was a weird drop kick, but he did it.
Yeah, he did.
It's not a Dolph Ziggler drop kick.
Oh, no.
But for God's sakes. And the guy can't sell the move to save life. Of course, I don't think I've ever seen him get knocked down by anybody.
Not really. Not much. But
he did step up for the Wyatt family, though.
Yeah.
So he'd be... I can't believe... I was going to say he was going to be the black sheep of the Rumble, or that Rumble match, but that's what's going to happen. He'll probably be the one that wins it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Big Show and him are the last two in the ring. But Big Show, I don't see him having even a year left on his contract.
No, I don't think so either.
So I see by early next year he'll probably be done.
Or he'll go one more WrestleMania.
I think I was reading February is the end of his contract, so if February's the end of his contract, WrestleMania 34 will probably be it. He'll probably do his send-off there.
Yeah.
So
it'd be kind of fun to watch him get sent off at the championship.
He's been here since '99, so
yeah, he has.
It'd be one of those two are going to win it. I mean, if you go for an underdog, everybody's going to pick Sami Zayn anyway.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Just because he's so damn popular.
Yeah.
But is Samoa Joe in that match?
No.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why Sami Zayn doesn't win it.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think without Joe being in there, Joe's going to interfere and probably come in and eliminate more than one guy.
Now, can you imagine Joe gets in there and takes over someone else's spot, like he beats somebody up, and somebody be in the back laying down.
Right.
Joe's in putting in the match. Sammy's luck will be Sammy comes in, he's there, next guy introduced. There's Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Sammy's face is going to go right from a smile right to a frown.
Yeah.
Well, besides looking across the ring at Braun Strowman.
Yeah, no joke.
So, and the history those two have had. So.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what they're going to do with this one at all. I'm thinking either Big Show, Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman, or just wait. If they put Samoa Joe in the match,
Yeah.
I could see him winning it too.
Yeah, I could too.
But obvious choice would be Braun Strowman or Big Show.
Yeah, I the way that those two have been kind of going at it and just, little here and there, they're really pushing Braun Strowman. It might be Big Show's last run. I would have to say it's going to be one of those two, but I'm still calling Braun.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So, all right, let's move on to the main events here. The real show.
That hurts.
Well, I know it does, but you know that the pre-show is, our kickoff show is always...
cannon fodder.
Yeah, pretty much.
Time for a bathroom break.
No, that's the musical number.
Oh, the halftime.
Yeah,
Isn't that Flo Rida and somebody?
Yeah, something like that. And I just don't
I would have
see
told you, but I didn't even look it up because I didn't really care.
Yeah, I didn't care either.
That's when I go get more pizza.
Yeah.
Like
well, that's what they said. That's the bathroom break time. That's when everybody's going to go up, go to the bathroom, get something to eat, and then they'll come back when that's done. And I mean, they were saying that online, so we're not coming up with that.
Yeah.
But I agree with
We're
that.
followers.
But anyway, so we got the Raw Tag Team Champion Triple Threat Ladder Match. Now, I think that's interesting that they turned it into a ladder match. I don't know if they're just trying to make another Hardys, Dudleys, and Edge and Christian, or what they're trying to do. I don't see it because I don't think those teams are, especially Cesaro and Sheamus, nothing against them, but I don't see them being something that everybody's going to remember that match for.
No, I actually, Gallows Anderson, I could see winning the match just because of what kind of match it is. But I'd almost have to give it to Enzo and Cass.
Yeah,
that little wire-haired monkey, and Cass will grab him, that little, what is it, bada boom, bada bang thing, and throw him to the top of the ladder. He'll spider monkey all the way up to the top of that puppy. He'll grab the belt, he'll knock it up, he'll dangle from it like a monkey from a tree.
Yep.
His hair will get caught in the rings.
Probably.
He'll have those pants that look like parachutes when he falls. He'll float down to safety.
Yeah, more than likely.
One of the bald brothers will drop him.
Yeah,
three of them are bald out of five.
Yeah, that's
Enzo definitely has a hell of a head of hair.
Yeah. Well, and Cass has quite a head of hair too, so
yeah.
I'm not like Enzo though.
Maybe not good at math here.
But
yeah, I guess it is only like 3 out of 5.
Well, Carl Anderson's pretty damn bald.
He's gonna shine. I'm assuming he's bald.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna say so actually 4 of them.
Yeah, I'd count Sheamus as bald.
Yeah. Well,
he's just making it look like it lasts longer.
Kind of like me, I'd have to go with the
Friar Tuck going.
Yeah, I got that, but I also would have, if I wanted a mohawk, it'd be the reverse mohawk. I got it here. I don't have it in the middle.
He'd have like a hawk going. No, animal.
Yeah, the animal going. Yeah.
I just call him Mr. T.
Yeah, well, that's the reverse Mr. T though. Mr. T is down the middle. Mine isn't.
Oh, you can tell.
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, I'm going with Enzo and Big Cass, even though I don't want to.
I don't know. They're not bad.
They're not bad.
He's probably one of the best guys on the mic. I mean, I've never been big for The Rock.
Right.
He can't cut a promo on his own without any issues, because no one's got time. Says, we let you go there, talk about this. Enzo goes out there, the microphone. I swear, they just want to beat him to death with that microphone.
Yeah.
For one, he doesn't shut up, besides how you doing.
Yeah.
He just...
Cup of haters?
Yeah. I have to admit, that's great, especially the coffee cup.
Yeah, well...
You guys want a cup of haters? I love that. It's hilarious. Cass, he's getting better on the microphone, but he's so dry.
Very.
How you doing?
But the thing is
I can only pronounce how you doing so many times before he's, come on, you got to add some, like, enthusiasm to it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't got to do a jig on the stage.
The only thing is if you ever saw any of his promos before he was on the main roster and even before then, he actually wasn't bad, but they're not allowing him to do his best. The character doesn't call for it.
That's like I was reading about Enzo. They were talking to him before when he was NXT that they'd always do these call-ups where they'd work with him and say, who are we going to keep, who are we going to cut? And I remember I was reading one of the interviews and watched the video and Triple H talking about it. And he said, they kept saying, we should cut Enzo. Me and Dusty would look at each other and say, no, the kid's gold on the microphone. He will never be probably heavyweight champion, but he's gold on the microphone. He can get in there and he can put butts in the seat because people find him hilarious, regardless if he's a face or he's a heel.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think just from that alone, his popularity, both of them, they're probably one of the most popular tag teams, and they haven't done anything.
No,
they've never won a tag team title here or in NXT.
Right.
They have no credibility besides their in-ring chemistry and ability to piss people off.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
So,
but I mean, and Enzo's not that great in the ring. He's not a great wrestler.
He does really good though.
But he's really not that great wrestler. I mean, he's definitely the mouth.
He's developed a lot since NXT, though.
Oh, he has. I'm not going to take that away from him. But Cass really, I mean, it's just another big man. I mean, he's got those.
But have you ever watched him wrestle? I mean, he can do a really good suplex. He can do all the body splashes. He can do like the arm drags. He does really good.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't think they allow them to show their full potential.
Only way that's going to happen is if they ever split them up.
Yeah, but then what's going to happen? I can't see them doing anything with Enzo at that point.
Enzo will get buried. He'll
either get buried or they're going to have to put him with somebody else because he's going to get lost.
Big Cass, I think, will be okay, and he'll drop the Big Cass thing. I guarantee it. He'll either go back to Colin Cassidy or he'll just go with Cass.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Come on, I mean, how many big guys can you have? That sounds bad, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You got Big E, you got Big Boss Man, Big Cass.
Yeah.
There's a trend.
Yeah, and it'll just be interesting to see what they do.
So you looked at these and you got favorites with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows being champion, coming in with Enzo and Cass, with Cesaro and Sheamus. The fan favorite ones for number one spot would be Enzo and Cass.
Absolutely.
Followed by Cesaro and Sheamus, with the heels following all the way in the rear.
Right.
But they've been champions since Rumble, and they're doing decent.
Yeah, they are.
The bad thing is they're not caliber of New Japan Pro Wrestling, though.
No, they're not.
Of course, I mean, they got to tone it down for different
because
system, too.
Yeah, I mean, if you just watch some of the taunts and stuff that Carl Anderson used to do in New Japan, he can't do those in WWE. So, no. I mean, they used to call him Machine Gun Anderson, and, they can't do that because of the PG rating. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised they retain the titles, but I'm also not surprised if Enzo and Cass win the belts. I don't see Cesaro and Sheamus winning it. The only reason I can see them keeping the titles is if Finn Balor or AJ Styles, reunites with them, and they become, the club again, or like the full club, or both. I mean, maybe they'll have a 4-member.
No, see, that's the other thing is we'll get to that when we're done, like a quick wrap up though. But I see something happen on Monday.
Oh yeah,
because all these guys are back.
Yeah,
like Balor's been back. He's been wrestling house shows.
Right. Yeah.
And he's been with team with Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, Triple H, and Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
So I can see something happening there, and he still does that taunt where he points both fingers forward like he's going to shoot you, like they used to do with the Bullet Club. Right. Like AJ still does, except for he just uses the one finger now with both hands.
Right.
Like he points forward, like attack that way.
Yeah.
So I can see something like that happening. Now, would you have all 4 guys, or would you think they'd fight over AJ and Balor? I mean, that'd be an interesting match.
It would be very interesting.
I didn't see a lot from New Japan when they had the Bullet Club with those guys.
No, I didn't either. So I don't know. And then something to talk about another time is Kenny Omega. If he comes in, what are they going to do?
Yeah. He'll never come in. He'll stay where he's at. Yeah. He's happy in New Japan.
Yeah, you're right.
He'll stay over there.
But I know he was in talks with Triple H. So
Come on, look at that guy.
yeah.
He's popular.
But yeah, I again, the only reason I can see them retaining is if they're doing a full club reunion of some kind, and like you said, probably on Raw. But you know, I wouldn't hold my breath for them. I still am going with Enzo and Big Cass. IC Championship, I really don't even know what's going on with that.
This is like a sleeper match, actually, because you got two different styles. Ambrose can fly, Baron can brawl. But Dean can brawl. I don't have anything else for Baron. He's a brawler.
He's a brawler.
Bad thing is, he's a dirty brawler.
Yeah.
Like, he puts Ambrose to shame. Like, I see the guy hiding this old adage of where you put the brass knuckles tucked in your tights.
Yeah.
Bad thing is the guy doesn't wear tights. So it's either going to be in his underwear or he's going to hide it somewhere else. So that's going to be the only scary part. Bad thing is I see Dean Ambrose come with a chain wrapped around his waist.
Yeah.
And as far as we know, it's just a regular match.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's either going to be a dirty pinfall and one of those two are going to win, or Baron's going to win cleanly.
Yeah, could be.
The end of the day is right to Dean Ambrose. He'll redo that spring from the ropes.
Yeah.
He'll come through like hot crap, you know. Hit the ropes, he'll spring in between them. I can't remember the move's called.
The End of Days.
But yeah, he'll come. Ambrose will hit the ropes. He'll do his little move where he goes between the ropes. He'll spring back right to the end of days, and
that's what I'm wondering about.
Baron will just bury him right in the middle of the ring, and
Yeah.
he'll pin him 1, 2, 3. I'm not saying Baron will hold the belt for a couple weeks, but
Well, I guess it just depends. It might depend on who else wins championships, though, because they don't tend to have an all-heel championship run and then or an all-faced
But if
usually.
you ever think about it, though, they always like it better when the face is chasing the heel, because people get behind the face. They always want the heel to lose,
Right.
so they're getting behind the face to win the match.
That's true. But I just think it's going to depend on who wins the women's championship, the WWE championship. I just don't see it being all either face or all heel. I mean, it's possible, but I guess I think that if Bray Wyatt wins the WWE championship, they're going to have Dean Ambrose as the Intercontinental. I still think they're going to keep it that way, but I don't know, and we'll come to the heavyweight championship in a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's just the idea that I can't see them having both of them being one or the other.
But I see the Intercontinental Championship being a sleeper match because you're not for sure what's going to happen.
Right.
Is everybody pulling for Bray? Is everybody pulling for Baron? Damn, I can't talk. Or is everybody going to pull for Ambrose? Ambrose is the obvious choice because people love Dean Ambrose.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how nuts that guy is, people love him.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just him. It's almost like a different version of Steve Austin where he's just playing himself.
Yeah.
Seriously. If you watch Total Divas, the guy acts in that show is the same as he does on TV.
Yep.
So he's the same guy. He's just like Steve Austin all over again, except for a different version.
Right.
So that match there, I'm not really too sure.
I'm not real sure on it either.
But I will tell you this, when you move into the United States Championship match, I'm not even positive.
No.
And this is going to be one of those matches where I'm really surprised this isn't like a no-holds-barred match. As much as these two put each other through in this last few months, with Jericho doing all this stuff, and is Owens ever going to deck this guy? Nope, they're going to let it go.
Yeah.
Oh, here's more.
Yeah.
Seriously, how's he not beat the crap out of him? Oh, nope, it's keep going. Then finally, Owens puts him through the screen.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that took a while.
It did.
I don't know if you were just building up the courage or you wanted to make it look good.
I don't know, but again, just to finish off the Intercontinental Championship, I have no idea. I really can't even call this one because I haven't been following it like I should. I like you said, it's a sleeper match. I can't say I'll be shocked either way, but I won't be. I just don't know. I can't call that match.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Now, when it does come to the U.S. Championship, I think Kevin Owens is going to keep it.
You mean win it?
Or win it, sorry.
Yeah. I don't see Jericho keeping it either.
I don't see him keeping it, simply because Jericho's contract is coming up, and I don't see them wanting to put it on Jericho just to have him drop it the next night or something.
I didn't think of that. That could happen.
It could happen.
He gets all cocky, and Owens goes like, roll up, 1, 2, 3, done.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
So then I could see that.
Yeah, I could too, but I think that Owens is probably going to is going to win it at WrestleMania. I'm almost sure
It'd be
that
a logical choice.
Jericho will probably want to cash in that next night.
Come on,
his
seriously,
rematch
KO
clause.
Mania on every shirt he goes, every WrestleMania.
Yeah. Hey, I like it. I like the shirt he's got right now, where it's the WrestleMania 2. I think that was cool. But no, I'm calling Owens on that one personally.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but with Jericho being champion, goes in the match, Owens wins it. That just doesn't surprise me.
No.
I mean, I'm assuming he's going to win anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's always been shocked before.
That's true.
And Jericho has done it before with Shawn Michaels in one of their matches when he was like, "Oh yeah, good job, bud. Hug it out, kick the balls."
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, great friendship here.
Yeah, that's very true. So I think that's good. I really think that's gonna be one of the better matches of the night too.
I think that's why it's in the middle of the card. Middle of the card if you watch pre-show to the end.
Right. But I just have a feeling that I can see that being one of the best matches of the night.
Okay.
I think they both had the most potential.
Yeah.
And then I guess earlier on with the pre-show match, I can see Neville and Austin Aries being a great match. Good way to kick it off, and I think it's going to be a great match. Those are my two choices for what's going to be match of the night.
It's a way to put butts in the seats. That's what the whole point of having the beginning.
Absolutely.
So people actually tune into the pre-show.
Yeah, you're right. So, but I just think it's going to be a good match.
Depends. It'd be one of those matches that say we got a 15-minute time limit. Oh, it's not so bad. 10 minutes is done.
Yeah, or 5 minutes is done.
Well,
yeah.
That's always the disappointing part.
But then I don't know. Moving on to our Raw Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way.
See, now I was disappointed when they turned to an elimination match. I thought the Fatal 4-Way would be even so much better.
Yeah.
When they turned into a Fatal 4-Way elimination match, you can almost look at the list of who's in the match and see how they're going to get eliminated.
Yeah.
It would come down to, I almost guarantee it, Bayley and Charlotte will be the last two in the ring.
See, and I don't know. I have a feeling that Charlotte's going to get eliminated either first or second. I mean, this is one we're going to disagree on. I think, as much as I hate to say it, I have a feeling that Nia Jax is probably going to come down. Actually, it might come down to Bayley and Sasha Banks. Nia Jax is going to hurt all of them, but I think that it's going to come down to Sasha Banks with a heel turn against Bayley.
Oh, I'm assuming Sasha Banks is going to do something to Bayley. That's a given.
Yeah.
Because they've been calling that for a while, because she's always there to cover back. When Bayley won the championship from Charlotte, it's because Sasha interfered in the match.
Right.
And they're like, oh, she never saw it. Whatever. Nia's going to be the one that's going to get in the match, and she's been duking it up with Bayley for week after week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now what I was thinking was, I thought about this earlier today. What if Nia pins Bayley? I mean, you automatically have a new champion. But Nia pins Bayley right in the beginning of the match, and you're going to have all the fans, they're automatically going to stop and say, what the hell just happened?
Right, you're right, yeah. Actually, it's not a bad idea, especially with elimination.
And be able to continue the feud back and forth. And I'm not going to say it's going to happen in the first 5 minutes, because I'm assuming this match at least be, the way they've been lately, that'd be a 20-minute match, just those four going at it.
Yeah.
So you're going to have Sasha turn on Bayley, obviously. She'll do the bank statement, backstabber bank statement, that combo whole thing there. Mm-hmm. She'll hit her with it. She'll put her in there. Charlotte will get ready to break it up, which will be stupid because it's an elimination match. Choke them on all you want. I don't care.
Yeah. However, as we've seen so many times before,
let's break up a move in an elimination match, like a Royal Rumble. I'm going to stop you from eliminating this guy.
Right. Well, the thing is too is a lot of times they do that because they want that victory. I mean, they want Charlotte. I could see Charlotte's, her characters anyway. Ego just being like, I want to pin the champion. I want to take out the champion.
See, now the fallout for that match is going to be, before anybody gets eliminated, Nia will drop that massive leg across someone's back. She'll get up right into Charlotte's boot. Charlotte will turn right into the Bayley's belly to belly, or Bayley to belly.
Right.
As she hits that, she'll get up. Sasha will put her in the bank statement. As she's locking in that bank statement, Bayley's going to tap. Charlotte hit the natural selection. And probably, actually, she may be the one that pins Bayley. Because I assume Bayley probably won't walk out as champion.
No, I would be shocked if she walked out.
There's so much stuff going on. And right. I have heard she's been getting booed at the shows. I mean, I don't think they're booing her because it's Bayley. I think they're booing her because change up things a little bit. Come on. Yeah. And she's always so nice to everybody.
You're right.
Sasha is starting to turn on you just a tad. Yeah. No big deal. That happens all the time. Charlotte is probably the meanest one in that ring, and you're like, oh, it's okay. Yeah. We're best friends anyway. Spit in her coffee, kick her in the shin, and finish it.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, seriously.
Now, Nia Jax to me is, as you put it earlier, the kind of the black sheep of the match. I mean, she's obviously the most powerful, biggest contender in there, but for her to win it, I don't see it. Not this time. Maybe it's soon, but it won't be at WrestleMania.
She would be a black sheep to win it, though.
Yeah, she would. But I'm also thinking that I personally, I think my call on this is, I think Sasha Banks is going to take it.
Yeah, I'm stuck between Sasha and Charlotte. I mean, it would be something to see Nia walk out with it because it'd be the monster all over again.
Yeah.
I mean, remember when Beth Phoenix won it?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
how long it took him to beat her.
Yeah.
When Chyna won it, it didn't last long, but when Chyna won it, I remember Ivory over and over and over. I mean, jump on top rope, caught her like she was nothing. It's like Rey Mysterio and Batista all over again.
Right.
Or Great Khali.
Yeah.
So it's just, she was the unstoppable monster. That's what I'm afraid is going to happen with Braun Strowman winning that Battle Royal.
Yeah. Yeah, who's going to be the Giant Slayer?
So that's what makes me wonder what's going to happen. So I could see Charlotte or Sasha winning it. The dark horse of the match will be Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Bayley, obviously, when you go into these matches, usually you have a really bad chance. But when they move to elimination, that 25% chance from being a fatal four-way went up a lot better.
Yeah, that's
went
true.
up a lot more. She has a better chance of retaining that belt.
Right, especially if they play it like they always do with those matches like we talked about earlier, where somebody gets hit a few times, they end up out of the ring, and then rest and relaxation for a few minutes. And
well, yeah, I can see Nia coming there, and they all stop and they just look right at Nia Jax, and she'll do the whole, let's go. Wave her two fingers on, like call you over, like The Rock does with the hand thing, like bring it.
Yeah.
And then she'll just level every single one of them.
Yeah.
Poor Sasha's going to get bounced across that ring by her.
Oh, yeah.
Bayley will get a level. Charlotte and Nia will be the good one because they're going to go toe-to-toe.
Yep. Yeah,
So that's the only one that actually can go toe-to-toe with her right now is Charlotte because she's probably the biggest one in the ring.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're right.
she's the most flexible. She's the one to probably kick her right upside her head.
Very true.
But that's the bad thing is she's going to do something with that, and those other two are going to pick up the slack.
Yeah, well, and
That's going to be your ones. One of those two are going to pin Nia. And if it is going to be any of them, Sasha has lost to her the most, I think, between her and Bayley.
yeah,
So I'd say Sasha probably gets pinfall Nia.
yeah,
But
probably.
if Sasha wins the belt, it's because Bayley got pinned by Nia.
That's very much a possibility too. Yeah,
But I know everybody's getting sick of seeing Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair going at it
I know.
every week and every pay-per-view.
Yeah. So and maybe that's what they're going to change. I mean, maybe one of those two will be eliminated right away. I
really doubt Charlotte's gonna lose the match that fast. I mean, I like Charlotte. I have nothing against her. I was never a big Ric Flair fan, but I mean, I don't mind the guy.
No, I respect the guy. Frankly, I used to hate his character back in the 80s and 90s.
I tell you
but
though, that dude should have been able to fly for free as many miles he got from that top rope.
yeah, isn't that the truth?
That guy could never get off the top rope. Sting would catch him every time and fling him halfway across the ring.
I mean, he did have a plane crash in the 70s, and he crashed a lot off that top rope.
See, he never flew anywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd drive everywhere.
Yeah,
Take a boat across the sea.
I can remember maybe one or two times ever hitting a move off the top rope.
I know, the crowd was stunned.
Yeah.
Silence.
Yeah, because
Like
he
someone
always
hit the pause
got
button and
caught.
the crowd won't watch it, we're going to mute.
Yeah.
And you know damn well the hush in the crowd was like, holy shit, he made it.
Yeah, exactly.
Better rewind it, we'll never see this again.
Yep.
So, but yeah, Charlotte and Sasha are the two favorites to win the match.
Mm,
If Bayley retains it, there's a reason why.
yep. Well, we'll find out. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. The Shane McMahon and AJ Styles match, as they're dubbing it, SmackDown Live Commissioner versus the Phenomenal One. Both lost last year at WrestleMania.
Yeah, how long was Shane gone before he came back? And he lost.
Yeah,
But
he
Shane's
lost.
loss was totally different. He lost to The Undertaker in a hell of a high spot that we haven't seen in forever.
Right.
So that's what I'm thinking this year. Is it going to be Shane's year or is it going to be AJ's year? Because AJ lost a clean match to Jericho last year.
Yeah, you're right.
And it was a good match.
Yeah, it was.
So that's the question. AJ is a strict heel. I mean, like, you couldn't get any more heel than AJ is right now.
Oh, no.
Shane is the consummate baby face where, well, besides I think he's got a shiner from the car. I don't know. Shane will give the high spots with that coast to coast and that trash can to AJ's face if he doesn't go up on the stage with AJ, because as we know, it's just a match.
Yeah.
But I mean, how hard is it for him to say, well, you know what, we're gonna switch it over a little bit. We're gonna switch it over a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit of a hardcore match, and what a copper penny, huh?
Yeah.
So,
well,
they're gonna switch. I wouldn't be surprised if switched up, and they'll make it a little more interesting. And I could see Shane, for the love of God, jumping off that stupid sign onto AJ, and they're just going to throw the match out. It's either one, nobody wins it, or Shane wins it. I hate to say it, AJ will not beat Shane at WrestleMania.
I have a feeling you're right, but I also can see how, because AJ is so over as a heel, that he goes to like really dirty tactics and ends up beating Shane in order to really push that character even more and really get him, hated by the crowd even more so.
Yeah.
Because then on Monday night he could really be like, see, this is what happened. This is, why I'm the greatest. This is why I'm phenomenal.
SmackDown anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come over here where the big boys are.
Right.
I'm gonna come over to Raw.
Which, they're talking about a draft right after, or shortly after WrestleMania again.
I can see it in the next couple weeks.
So maybe that's what's going to happen. He's going to get drafted to Raw, and he's going to be in there with some big names again. And again, maybe it'll come down to being the club.
The kicker that would be, the club gets drafted to SmackDown, and it would be him and Balor on Raw.
No, yeah. I think whatever's going to happen, I think they're going to reunite some of them, though. I think Anderson and Gallows are not going to be split up. They're going to be going wherever they go as a team, and they're going to end up either with Balor or with AJ.
It's like a New Day.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, the Shane McMahon AJ Styles match.
I think it's going to have some really great high spots. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to say anybody by any means it's going to be match of the night, although last year Shane did an awesome job against Taker.
I can see him taking that forearm at least 3 times from AJ.
Yeah.
And getting out of it. But I see AJ taking at least the coast to coast at least once.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I can see him being laid on that table like Taker was. But I see him connecting with the table.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's going to connect.
And not connect with the table without Taker on it like he did last year.
Yeah.
Or the top of the cage.
Yeah.
So I just see it's going to be Shane winning it. Because he'll do the coast to coast. He'll do the elbow drop on the table. AJ will have some good moves too. I can see how many times Shane's going to take that Pele kick right to the face.
Right.
And he's just going to get right back up from it because he's just that resilient guy that bounds off everything.
Yep.
He's like a damn rubber band. He's like an eraser.
Yeah.
You throw him, he's going to bounce.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of racist.
But, are you racist?
Oh, maybe. I didn't think so.
But no, it's just, I don't know. I might have to disagree. You're right, though. I mean, as far as Shane's going to get a lot of high spots. AJ's going to hit some high spots. But I can almost see AJ taking it simply because it could make him that much bigger a heel.
I think AJ would be cool to win it just because he's only signed a 3-year contract when he came in.
Right, which means
it's not hard for someone to re-sign their contract. But I can see him just winning just for that.
Yeah, and he's pushing. I mean, he's my age. He's 38.
For the love of God, think about this guy. He came in last year's Rumble at number 3, I think it was. He lasted till late in the 20s.
Yeah.
Like 28, I think, is when he got eliminated.
Right.
So he was down towards the end. And I remember when he came out and everybody's like paused. And like, who is this? And all of a sudden you look at the screen and it said came up and all of a sudden the blue smoke and everything. And then it says, simply phenomenal. And right then when it said simply phenomenal, everybody started yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he came up and flipped that hood up and everybody knew it was him. And they saw the mannerisms. Like, oh my God. I mean, I was surprised because they wouldn't show the screen to the viewer at home.
No.
You could just hear the music and Rain stop, and you could see Rain's head cocked sideways like he was confused. He looked like a dog that was staring at that bone he would not give to him.
Right.
He looks at it, he's all confused, and all of a sudden you're like going, what is he looking at? The camera looks at the screen, you're going, it's blue smoke. What's this music?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you say, simply phenomenal, the phenomenal one. I'm going, no way.
Yeah, I had heard that he was possibly coming in at the Rumble before that.
How many times have you heard that?
Well, yeah, but I mean, last year was really, I guess I could say I was expecting it.
Now, here's the thing I'm going to go with that one. While you're talking about that now, is John Cena all over again. Because he posted on his Twitter page and his Instagram page a picture of AJ Styles.
Oh, yeah.
And like, why would he put a picture of him? He's in New Japan.
Yeah.
And also to find out he's leaving New Japan, possibly going for WWE. That's kind of weird. And then he posts a picture, not even too long after that, of Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah.
And then after that is what started everything for this year, was Kenny Omega.
Yeah, you're right.
And it started all this stuff, but Kenny Omega never showed up.
No.
So was he just doing it just to stir the pot? Was he doing it just to get things going?
Right.
But I mean, it still doesn't mean Kenny Omega's not coming in.
Right. If they do, I don't know what they're going to do with him because he's a very different wrestler, very different style.
You got Shinsuke Nakamura, same way.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. I I guess if they bring him in, they were saying if they do bring in Kenny Omega that they're going to bring him in right to the main roster.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would do with him. I don't know.
I'd put him on NXT for at least a little while, because watch him with the NXT guys.
Oh, absolutely.
You'd have someone, because NXT they have, they do a little proving ground thing.
Yeah.
Where they got to prove themselves to the viewer at home if you're going to make it or not. But I think if they put him on NXT, I can see him and Shinsuke Nakamura, since they probably haven't seen each other since Japan.
Right.
New Japan Pro Wrestling and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I can imagine see those two have a match. And put him in there with Bobby Roode.
Yep.
So I can see that. I'm not saying it's going to happen, because I kind of give up on that stuff. You hear about it over and over and over. Like how long they talk about Sting.
That's true.
From WrestleMania 20. Oh, Sting's probably going to come in now.
That's true.
Because WWE's closed. All this stuff. Nothing. The next year. Nothing.
Yeah.
Next year. Nothing.
Right.
So I don't know. I just... Shane McMahon's going to win. AJ's going to come up just a little bit short.
Okay. Well, again, we're going to differ on that one.
I'd like to see AJ win it. Honestly.
I as much as I would like to see either one of them win. I mean, I want one of them to win. I'd hate to see a draw.
Yeah, I kind of hope someone's going to win.
But anyway, I just see the match being interesting for the most part, and just end up being I can see AJ taking it. I don't know, but then all right, so we're gonna move on to the next one, which is the non-sanctioned match between Seth Rollins and Triple H.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care.
Frankly, I don't care either.
This poor guy got hurt. He came back. He got nothing, which is fine because that builds him up again. And this guy came back to all these cheers, and he's like, "I don't need your guys' help.
Yeah,
I'm my own guy."
yeah.
Wait, we're trying to help you, and you just turn your back. Now we don't care.
Yeah.
Triple H dumps him for Kevin Owens. Fans are like, "Well, we like Kevin Owens, and we also like Seth Rollins."
Yeah.
So now what? And then they go through this, the whole bickering thing back and forth, the whole Triple H thing. We hate each other, but yet we're not going to see each other for, 3 months?
Yeah.
We're going to complain. Triple H is a coward. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And this continues and continues and continues for nothing.
No, you're right, and I don't see being a big payoff on this match.
No, because
this is just Triple H's yearly appearance on a pay-per-view. Of course, he's gonna be at WrestleMania. He's gonna be the next Taker. Just show up at WrestleMania and an occasional Raw, unless he's, just gonna be the, the what do you call him? CEO, or I'm sorry, COO.
He's
but
a
as far as as a wrestler though, it's gonna be a 1 year thing. I can't see him doing much more than that.
Well, he did do an interview. I think it was with ESPN. It was a sit-down interview, and he said, it's one thing to be in the ring night in, night out, week after week, and your body gets used to it. It's muscle memory. It's muscle reflex. You're so used to doing the moves, you don't even have to think about it. You just kind of go with the flow, and you and your partner are just going at it. And they continue on the routine, going and going and going. But when you step out of the ring, like Taker did, you see every year when he comes in, he's a little bit slower, he's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And Hunter said every time he goes away, he's like, I don't care how much cardio you do, I don't care how much you think you're in shape. Once you get in there after being out for a year, your body's trying to relearn how to work with your partner.
Yeah, you're right. And when you put somebody in the ring with him, they had better be, I dare say carry him, but at least make him look better. And that's where I think Seth Rollins is going to come in. I think he is going to make him look better. But I also think it's just going to be a match where they're just going to beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a dirty match.
I don't know if you want to call it a match. It's going to be a street fight for the most part. I mean, every weapon possible is going to be used. Of course, they're going to have...
Now, how many times you see that crutch and that sledgehammer come?
Yeah, exactly. The sledgehammer, of course, is going to come in. Triple H is going to be showing it off like he does every time.
And the first thing they're going to do is he's going to go right for that leg. Rollins is going to hobble around like a broken dog.
Or he's going to go for the leg and Rollins is going to somehow get him away from it. He's going to miss or something.
Yeah, he does like the whole Shawn Michaels stuff all over again.
Right.
He does go for a super kick and they just get rid of his foot. So, I mean, honestly, the given winner is going to be Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I think so too.
I see Triple H putting forth an effort, but he doesn't have a great record at WrestleMania either.
No, but pissed me off a couple years ago when he beat Sting. But
yeah, I mean, I understood why it was WCW versus WWF.
well, I get that, but at the same time, you hype somebody up so much. It's going to be their one match at WrestleMania, and you're going to lose to the guy who pretty much is going to be the next owner of this dang company.
The thing is, I don't think he was actually going to lose the match. I think they wanted to tweak it to make the fans more interested to go into a rematch at the next WrestleMania.
That's true.
And then after Seth Rollins on Night of Champions, kind of
you're right.
did that in. I don't know if that's exactly what they're going to do. But I think that's kind of what it looked like. That's what they were pushing for.
Yeah, maybe. I would love to have seen Sting win that year, but
that pisses me off. That man's been in the business for how long? He comes in, he has an okay debut at Survivor Series and helps Cena and his team win. They get control, all this stuff. He goes to Mania, he loses Triple H. It was a good match, NWO and DX and all this stuff. Whatever, I think that was fine. It was different. Yeah. I didn't know where the Walker was going to come in at, but I mean, it was okay. But then you go into now you fast forward 2 years. Goldberg now is the Universal Champion.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but somewhere in there, someone screwed up.
Yeah.
We'll complain about that one in a minute.
Yeah, very much. Okay, well, I frankly, like you said, I don't care who wins. I think Seth is going to take it.
Seth is the obvious winner.
I just because of the build up and stuff. I think, and you might be right. Triple H might just beat the hell out of him in the beginning, and then Seth comes back and ends up winning it.
No, I remember Seth saying on WWE.com and on the network on one of the interviews, he said that he uses the pedigree to rub it in Triple H's face, but once he finally gets to put Triple H to rest, he's going to do a new move. Now, I don't know what he really did in NXT because I didn't really watch him in NXT.
Yeah,
I've seen him in Ring of Honor as Tyler Black.
Right. Well, I know that he did that weird faceplant thing where he hooked him and then he stepped back and put, it was almost like a DDT except for his body went outward.
Almost like what Dean Ambrose used to do there for a while for his earlier Dirty Deeds.
Right. Well...
they really got some perverted names for the finishers.
Yeah, they really do. But yeah, I could see him. I mean, and if he's going to debut something new, great. I'd love to see something new.
It wouldn't happen until after the match. Like he'd do a pedigree to Triple H, and he'd watch him. He'd do the pedigree to Triple H. He'd do the crotch chop just to rub it even more.
Right.
And he'll pin him, and that's Triple H will kick out of the pedigree.
Yeah.
You can't pin the guy with their own move. It's like chokeslam the Undertaker and Tombstone. I'm like, yeah, I just won. He kicks out. I'm like, I don't know what happened.
Right.
So,
but again, that's almost to me a throwaway match. I mean, it's just Triple H's time to shine in a match, and Seth Rollins is going to beat him. Power couples collide. Personally, don't care.
Yeah.
I'm expecting nothing great out of this match. I think there's going to be some fists thrown. Those two, like Miz and Cena, seem to have some real animosity toward each other. I whether it's real or not, I don't know, but I can just see it being.
I don't see those two actually, close friends or nothing.
Oh no.
Well, just like Reese and Nikki.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course, they always talk about the heat between those two from back in the day when they were blocking them coming in. I don't care.
No.
It happens. Whatever. When you sleep with the top-notch tier guy in the company, it's going to happen. So whatever.
Yeah. Frankly, I can see Cena and Nikki winning it. I really don't care about this match, though.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting Reese and Miz win it since Reese has not been in the ring since she's been back.
Yeah, and she hasn't been in the ring in a long time. But I personally just really don't care about this match. This is another one of those ones where it's like, all right, bathroom break time.
I hate to say it, after this match too, I don't really care, but the Undertaker and Roman Reigns one doesn't really interest me either because I don't mind Roman. I know people booing, people don't like him. That's fine. I mean, everybody has their own thing. People used to do John Cena still to this day.
Yeah.
They boo the guy, but he puts butts in the seat.
Yeah.
So I'm not positive.
I would be really surprised if Roman won it. I can't see them. I think that WWE and the writers and stuff realized they kind of made a mistake with Brock Lesnar beating him.
Yeah, I know it should have been a younger guy.
Well, I think so too, and because it would elevate whoever it was. It didn't help Brock at all.
No,
I mean, all they did is
up there, just made more of a monster.
Yeah, and of course we
lost to Goldberg in 23 seconds, yeah, 23 or whatever it was.
It was like super fast.
So I think someone like that for Undertaker, if that would have been Roman Reigns when he first got there with the Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. I mean, can you imagine one of those guys winning against Taker at WrestleMania, and Taker's like, all right, well, I'm passing the torch on to you. Then I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
he wants to be the big dog, or
Yeah, well,
it's
and-
his yard. He's the dog on the leash in the yard now, and Taker owns the yard.
Right, and I guess this comes down to if Roman Reigns wins, that means the Undertaker has a lot of faith in him. I think it's not going to work. I don't think that Roman Reigns will ever get over enough. I don't care who promotes him. I just don't see him getting over enough. Yes, he's okay with the crowd, but personally, I don't see his talent. I think he was the weak link in the Shield.
He got the Apollo Crews treatment. They got pushed up here when they split the Shield up. They shoved Roman Reigns right up front, and as fast as Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins flew up to the top,
Yeah.
because they're all different. All three guys are totally different.
Oh,
from each
absolutely.
other. There was none of them that were similar. They all had their own wrestling style. And Roman Reigns was the big guy that was related to The Rock, and he's a Samoan, and they shoved that down your throat. And it's just one thing after another. People just didn't care.
No, they really didn't.
They get bored of Roman Reigns, so now they start chanting. They start chanting to him, and it's just like Roman sucks. But we heard this for Kurt Angle too.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Roman is getting better in the ring. He's probably not still one of the top tier guys in the ring.
No, not in my opinion.
So
I can't see the Taker losing again.
No.
I just don't see it.
Especially since this will be one of his last WrestleManias. I don't see him going for another 5 years.
No, I don't either. I think it's going to be. I bet it wouldn't surprise me if one more, and that's it.
So this is what 33. He came in WrestleMania. Was it 9?
Was it 9? Yeah, I think maybe.
No, 9 was outside. That was at Caesar's Palace.
Right.
Wasn't WrestleMania 10 because that was Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon in the ladder match.
Right.
What's like a trivia night?
Yeah, I can't remember either. I know he was there by 13.
I know because he came in, whatever Survivor Series it was with Ted DiBiase.
Right.
When
He
brought
was
him
a
with
mystery
brother-in-law.
partner. Yeah, he was a mystery partner, and that was in '90, I think.
So it probably was 91 WrestleMania.
Yeah, I would guess. Well, what is he? He's 21 and 1, or 22 and 1.
I think it's 22 or 23 and 1, somewhere in there.
So.
Well, actually, we got one loss.
Right. Well, we won't go there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, all right. Well, we're gonna get to these other ones real quick.
Oh, you mean the crap match?
Yeah. They're hands down. Goldberg is gonna lose. Brock's gonna win. It's gonna be a bull crap thing.
You don't like Brock, and I don't mind Goldberg, but seriously, you put the belt on a guy like him. They had this thing about putting belts on part timers. It's like it's like the newest candy in the shop.
Yeah, you're right.
Everybody loves this flavor. We're gonna put it on there, and we're gonna see what happens.
Yep.
And people are like, oh, that's sweet. Wait, did he spear and jackhammer him? Yeah, that's what happened. I'm thinking about I pay for the networks. I pay $10 a month.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the poor sap that paid $60 or more for a ticket to go.
Oh, yeah.
And watch the main event last like a minute.
Yeah. Well, or even just a person who got it, who paid the $60 for the pay-per-view just to watch it on TV and had that happen. It was crap. But I'm calling Brock Lesnar. Yes, Goldberg has talked about, or they're saying that he may extend his contract, but he's not going to be champion coming out of WrestleMania.
Oh, I'll cry if he wins.
I frankly, I wish somebody would come in there and beat the crap out of both of them, but that's not going to happen. So I like Goldberg. I was cool to see him again. It was a pretty crappy run. The guy still can't hold a match for any more than a few minutes, and
Kevin Owens match was even.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The only thing to save that one was Jericho.
Right.
I think Kevin Owens like catch his breath when he walked down to the ring.
Yeah. That's
by the way, he kept popping out and making it a joke.
Yeah.
Then the poor guy gets speared and then pinned.
Yep. Pretty much. And it's just, to me, again, it's a waste of a spot for younger talent, and that's my opinion.
Well, yeah, and everybody said that was the thing about TNA wrestling. They always gave all the credit to their older established stars, but yeah, they're the ones who took up all the spots from the pay-per-view, like the title matches and the big key matches.
Well, and look at where they've been.
Yeah.
I mean, they started off as such an amazing company with people like AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels and Kazarian and all these other people. And it was like, oh my God, this is so cool. This is so different from what the
Bobby
WWE
Roode and
is.
Eric Young. And those two are in NXT.
Right. Well, that's the thing but it started off as such an amazing thing, and then they started bringing in some of those older guys, and it just kind of destroyed the company.
I think Sting helped the company out for so long, but when they had to rely on somebody to put the belt back on, he's the reliable guy.
Yeah.
Let's put the belt back on him.
Well, and then you bring in somebody like Hulk Hogan. I mean, nothing against the guy, but he didn't help the company at all. He didn't. push it any higher or anything.
No, with more money in your pocket.
And it was, but they started doing the whole bringing Kevin Nash, bringing Sting, bringing Hogan. I mean, there's so many of them that it just, to me, that's what started the downfall of TNA. But that's what I'm afraid that they're going to do with WrestleMania is they keep doing this with the older guys, bringing them in. They're going to end up killing it, and people are just not going to care anymore. But but I don't think they should have matches like that. I think it's just a wasted spot.
I think being a championship match, it is. If that had been a regular like grudge match from what was it 2004, WrestleMania 20, I think it would have been fine as a grudge match. For a title match, I think it smacks a lot of the younger guys in the face. Even people that are established like AJ Styles down to Jericho and Owens or Ambrose and Corbin. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel bad because these guys are, I'm not saying in their prime, but they're still young enough to carry on for years and years.
Right.
But I think with Goldberg and Brock being the championship, I think that actually kills the.
Oh, I think so
kills
too.
The title,
and it just makes the title even less important.
And you know what makes it worse? Finn Balor won the title first. Goldberg's held it longer.
Yeah, very true.
I feel bad about that.
Yeah, but I think we can go away from that. I mean, frankly, Brock Lesnar's going to take it. It's over. Very short-lived. Sorry, there's a dog in the room. It's going to happen. But anyway, the final match of the night. I don't know if it's going to be the last match. I hope it is in a way. Because I don't want it to be the Universal Championship. Bray and Randy.
That'd be a great way to win WrestleMania, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Finish it off with that match.
Oh God, people would be so upset. Championship match. I don't know what to call on this one. I love Bray Wyatt as champion, and I think he deserves it. Randy Orton's been champion many times, and I don't find him that interesting.
Many times? He's like 11.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's behind Cena.
Well, yeah, he's got 16.
Very good.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's called basic math. I mean, I'm not great, but come on.
But anyway, I just don't see. I don't want Orton as champion again. I don't think the last run with him was that great, and I just don't know who they can put him with to make it interesting.
John Cena.
Yeah, let's not go there. And Cena's taking time off again, so I want Bray Wyatt to take it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think he should keep it. I think it's going to be more interesting with it on his waist.
I'm thinking Bray keeps it. Because you'll see those promos come up again for Eric Rowan.
Yeah, and
those weird ass promos are gonna pop up.
You're right, and I think that they're going to start introducing Sister Abigail as a character, as a actual person.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen is they're going to come up and that actually I didn't think about this till you just said something now. Sister Abigail makes her debut at WrestleMania because Eric Rowan saved her, and I'm going to strangle that dog.
It's all right.
Eric Rowan saved Sister Abigail's ashes, and she's somehow reborn as this goddess. Because God knows she's not going to be ugly.
No, probably not.
Or she'll have some mask on. She'll be like Asuka with a mask on or something.
Oh, right. Well, let's hope not.
She'll come in with like this whole creepy, dreadlock look.
Yeah, that or she'll just be the bearded lady that belongs in a freak show. One or the other, because let's face it, all the Wyatts had facial hair.
So what is it, Oddities 2.0?
Pretty much. But anyway, no, I think I'm calling Bray on this. I personally want him to win, and I think he'd be the better champion. I don't know. I think they'd be smart to keep it on Bray. I mean, Randy Orton is just, people are cheering him again, but he's so boring most of the time now. I can't see them having him as champion and keeping it interesting, where Bray is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think Bray'd be a good champion, just because he's been decent so far. He's like your kooky uncle you're afraid to go over. Because you got that cane in that dish, you don't know if it's still stale or not. And you're not too sure if you lace it with anything.
That's true, too.
I got family like that.
But anyway, I think overall, I think it's a halfway decent card this year. I've
got a couple matches.
I mean, I think it's going to be, I think it'll be decent. I still think there's going to be a couple throwaway matches, and spots for people that deserved it more. But they're doing what they are. I think that sometimes the writers have their heads up their rears, but that's typical. And of course, when you got somebody like Triple H in power, he's going to do what he wants to do.
Actually, he hasn't been doing a bad job.
He hasn't. But I think
the rest. Stephanie pretty much running the company under Vince, as Vince is the main figurehead still.
Right.
I mean, it's still going to be passed by him. I think with everything that they've done so far with NXT going into the main roster. It hasn't been bad. Bad thing is some of the calls from NXT to the main roster have floundered so bad.
Yeah, they have.
Baron Corbin took a while to get his footing.
Yep.
Apollo Crews is still in the deep end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Kalisto with Sin Cara, they split those two up, and I don't know when the last time I've seen Sin Cara on TV.
I don't know. It's been a long time.
I mean, since he's back to the other guy, it's not Botch Cara anymore.
Right.
Kalisto, I don't get it. He did decent in the cruiserweight stuff. I don't know why they're still moving to Raw and leaving him in the cruiserweight division.
Right.
And let's call it that. I don't even know who else even came up from NXT that you don't really see anymore.
Well, not that you don't see, but some of them have been, like you said, floundering, and that's someone like Tyler Breeze. You know, Tyler Breeze, he had so much potential coming in, and then they
the Fashion Police.
And then they killed it when they brought him to the main roster. I mean, his whole thing has been, his run has been kind of bad. I mean,
you put him with Summer Rae, and it didn't mean nothing.
No, it didn't.
Then you put him with Fandango.
Yeah, well,
should have been Johnny Curtis, but Fandango.
Yeah.
And actually, if you watch those two, it's almost like Goldust and R-Truth, but a different version.
Yeah.
Because they are funny, like, oh, your wrestling sucks. Ticket.
Yeah.
Like they did John Cena.
Right, right.
Who wears jorts still? Ticket.
Yeah.
And it was just hilarious because Tyler Breeze was like throwing him at, dressed as Nikki Bella, throwing tickets at him.
Yeah.
And it was just, I'm like, watch this guy going, fling his hair back with his hand. He's like, ticket, and throwing all these. And it was just hilarious because he's just nonchalantly just flinging these tickets at him. And Cena has this weird smirk on his face. And the only thing I can imagine going through his head is like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah.
Because it was hilarious. I thought
it was funny. But again, for the talent that he is, they wasted it.
Yep.
I still think that, when he came in, every fan who was watching him in NXT wanted him to go against Dolph Ziggler because they were so much alike. But they didn't build. They did. Oh, I know, and we had talked about that before, where a tag team would have been great. But I think they didn't build it up. They just threw him in, and they didn't have enough of a background story to make it work. And both of them now are kind of on that low card.
I liked Ziggler there for a while. I lost faith in him when he became another version of Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, you're right.
He's got the kick pads, he's got the boots, he's got the tights with all of his logos all over it. So instead of hearts, he's got the DZ logo.
Right.
He's got the vest. He acts like the Shawn Michaels knockoff now. Nothing against the guy, but okay, fine. An elbow drop and a super kick. Come on.
Yeah, he was better off when he had the zigzag and the rocker dropper. I mean, he did kind of take that from.
He still does them both, which is fine.
Yeah.
But when he just reminded himself of Shawn Michaels, which is fine if you have an idol.
Yeah.
But seriously, you literally copied his look.
Yeah, copied his look, copied his moves. Yeah, he.
I'm waiting for it to come up. He's a sexy Ziggler.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, anything.
Something, but they buried him too. I mean, I think he's kind of buried himself in this case. I don't.
Bad thing is the guy runs his mouth so bad.
Yeah,
he does. He gets himself into trouble.
Yeah,
I remember
right.
when Cena and Orton were fighting for one of the last times. I think it was on Raw, and he said, "Oh, that's all we need is see these two for 132nd time."
Yeah.
He crashed.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not saying he does it all the time, but he does bury himself. So here was something I was thinking about too. What kind of surprise do you think will happen at the pay-per-view? Do you think there'll be anybody new that shows up? Do you think it'd be like a new debut? Do you think this would be the next night at Raw?
I think we're going to see debuts at Raw. I can't imagine, because the card is so full, unless they throw in some of these matches that are really, really short, I would say that we're going to see more debuts at Raw. I think it's going to be more than one. Possibly at Raw and SmackDown both.
Well, last year at Raw, we got Enzo and Cass. You had Apollo Crews.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm trying to think who else we actually had. Crap, because we already had Charlotte, Sasha, and all of them.
Yep.
Trying to remember, I know we had a couple other big names that came in from NXT. Baron Corbin, but he came in the night of WrestleMania for the Battle Royal.
Right. Yep.
So that's what I'm thinking in the kickoff match for the Battle Royal. If someone doesn't end up being knocked out like Nikki Bella was at Survivor Series,
right,
replaced with like Samoa Joe, or if not Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, that's my first
Bobby
guess.
Roode.
I don't see Bobby Roode unless he loses the championship the night before.
Why? I mean, Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Remember, he made his debut. He beat the crap out of John Cena. He pinned him his first night in Raw. He's still
true.
NXT champion. I mean, he lost it. Was it 2 weeks later through pay-per-view to Shinsuke Nakamura?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could see that. Now, the women's match, only one that comes to mind, I don't see Peyton Royce and I don't see Billie Kay coming up.
Not yet.
But I can see Asuka.
Yeah, I can see Asuka too.
She would. I don't think she won the belt because they've already done that with Paige.
Yeah.
Literally the same exact
Yeah,
thing.
right.
Paige comes in, she beats AJ Lee. The next night on Raw, right after Mania, she goes back to NXT and she's got 2 belts.
Right.
She drops the other belt. I think actually she relinquished it. I don't think she lost it. I think she
No, I think you're right.
relinquished it and went right straight to Raw.
Yep.
So,
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. I don't know. I don't know how many surprises are going to be.
if they are, that's only 2 matches I come up with.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody else who's gone unless again Finn Balor comes in, because he has been around and he shows up for one of the matches. Maybe he shows up for that. I can't see him on the pre-show though. Not enough people will be watching. But I think if anything, I mean, he may show up at that tag team match just to interfere, but I don't see it. I think
don't see them making that man a heel.
No, but
At least not right now.
No, but then again, who knows?
Hey, what about showing up on the Seth Rollins Triple H match? Because in the house shows, he's been tagging with Rollins against Triple H.
That's true.
Can you imagine Rollins and Triple H, or Rollins, Balor, Triple H, and Joe?
Ooh, that could be interesting actually.
That'd be your next main pay-per-view, which is, maybe not. That'd be SummerSlam.
No, they're major pay-per-view, yeah, because they always have the small ones in between.
Yeah, that's like one of your big 4.
Yeah.
That's number 3 in the line. Because after SummerSlam, it's Survivor Series.
Right.
I mean, that'd give time to build up, but with someone like Triple H that doesn't wrestle week in, week out,
right.
Who's going to be Joe's partner? Owens?
Right.
I mean, it'd work, but...
Yeah. God, can you imagine that match? I mean, having those 4 in the ring at the same time would be awesome. But, I don't know. As far as surprises, there's always something. So I don't know what they're going to do.
Huh.
And...
Oh, wait, no, Bree's pregnant. She won't be there. I was like, watch Bree come out with a power couple collide match and try to help Nikki and John win and trip up her sister.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's very pregnant. I don't see her showing up.
She'd run out there holding her belly.
No, she's extremely pregnant. She's not going to come out there and...
Hold on, Daniel, I got to get the kid.
But no, I can't see that happening. I mean, I'm not saying she's not going to be there, in making an appearance.
Be like your mom and all them will sit like ringside and all this stuff.
Or just even in the back, and...
My Reese goes over and smacks her. She drops her kid on the floor. Little Debra is on the floor. What am I supposed to do?
But, I don't know. I think... Well, there are going to be so many segments in the back, and you're going to see all the regulars like The Rock and Triple. And I don't know about Austin. I'm not sure if he's going to show
we
up
went
this
this whole thing without talking about The Rock. Besides that one comment I made, you bring him up. Right
well,
now.
I was just saying because there's always people in the back that show up. And The Rock would probably be one. And
damn well he'll come out in the match. He'll set his name on fire again. This time he'll be like green metal and. We'll get some like off-color, or he'll shoot fireworks into the crowd and burn half the arena down. I don't know. I just love a god.
Or is there a possibility that he shows up, interferes in the Triple H Seth Rollins match, because they have talked about having one more match between Triple H and Rock at a WrestleMania.
Well, at one time they were talking it was Triple H and Rock with Ronda Rousey in his corner and Stephanie in his corner, or Triple H and Stephanie versus Rock and Ronda Rousey.
Well, I guess it's always a possibility.
She has lost her last match, and she didn't do so hot.
That's true.
She got smeared in the ring.
Oh yeah, she did.
So I mean, I thought that would be a perfect gift right there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. But yeah, I think we'll see surprises. I think a lot of them are just going to be who shows up behind the scenes, not in matches.
Like I could see actually Gallows and get ready to walk out the ring, and they pass AJ Styles, and AJ says, "Let's go, brothers. Hopefully you guys do a good job tonight." And they'll say all this stuff, and they'll go around the corner, and Balor's standing right there.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
And you'll see his back towards them. They'll say Balor Club on the back, and he'll turn around, and they'll do that too sweet thing all over again. And what would make me wonder, because they did it at Survivor Series, and he just stood there and looked at him, and he's like, "Yeah, he did the too sweet thing."
Yeah.
Is this time watch him do the too sweet, and he actually puts his hand up, and all 4 of them click.
That'd be awesome, actually.
And
I'd
then
love
they
to see
play on
that.
Raw. AJ shows up on Raw because either A, he lost to Shane, and now he's mad about SmackDown, or he beat Shane. He says, "Well, I'm done with SmackDown. I want to go get the Universal title."
I've already taken this, the head guy out. I have no reason to be there.
Then Braun squashes him.
Oh God.
Maybe a couple good elbows in the face and we'll call it good.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I don't know if he can kick him that high.
I don't know.
He'll kick him in the chest.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they do.
No, he'll play him in the Styles Clash.
Oh yeah, right. God, that would be a dangerous thing to do with Braun.
Well, you'd never be able to flip him over.
No, he wouldn't.
His head would be on the canvas already.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to see a few people show up that we may not be expecting. But I also wonder, because they said they were trying to get as many of the former women there.
Kelly was going to come in. She said she was signing the contract. She didn't say what for what.
It might be just be a Legends contract or two, contract too. Which, I mean, she can get merchandise and she can show up in the video game. You know, I mean, that's kind of what the
she showed up in the SmackDown Women's Championship match.
Oh
because it doesn't say how many people, but she could just be a filler. Can you imagine they have like 12 people and this Alexa Bliss and better going, really?
Yeah.
Now here comes Beth Phoenix.
Right. Because she's talking about coming back.
Yeah, she came back. I don't think she'd come back for a full role. I'd see her come back and work in NXT or work in a performance center as a trainer, like Lita was doing.
Right. Yeah, I could see that too.
Trish would do it if her yoga wasn't selling so hot.
Right. But
that's like Diamond Dallas Page. He'd never come back. Now look what his yoga's doing.
No. But anyway, I think we'll wrap up here. Overall, I think we got a pretty good card. If they end it with the Universal Championship match, I think that's going to kill the whole thing. It's going to just piss people off because it's going to be a very fast match. In fact, probably record type fast.
Goldberg would be like the version of the Incredibles. Remember, no capes. He's in a crash and burn.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I hate to be mean because I know people love Goldberg, but
I just see it
as
because
champion, I think it was a bad move. I think personally, they shouldn't put the belt on a part-timer like him. I mean, Brock Lesnar, at least he's here almost every pay-per-view.
Yes and no, but I also think they should have just left it on Owens. Maybe they could have had a championship versus championship match, and they should have just left it on Owens. And because to lose it a month before the pay-per-view, kind of stupid. I think they should have just left it on him. They could have had Jericho and Owens could have ended the thing.
I can imagine United States champion versus Universal champion title for title.
I just think that would have been an amazing thing. I really do, because it would never have been done before.
No, here's the thing: is Jericho's first undisputed champion, WWE, WCW title. Had both of them. He was the very first one. Rock and Stone Cold in one night. They'll never let you live that down.
No.
So fine, whatever. And all of a sudden now he's about ready to step back down. He wins the United States Championship. His time's winding down. He's getting closer and closer to say, I'm going to step off for a little bit, tour with my group, wins the Universal title. Can you imagine that? The pops he would have got for that? Especially when he came back to cause all the issues for Owens.
Right.
Then he wins at WrestleMania and won the title. And then just relinquished it next time. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And Owens is like, what the hell?
Yeah. I
lost both of my belts to the same guy.
Yeah.
And now don't give it a rematch.
Yeah. It would have been great.
They would have done a tournament like they did when Balor got hurt.
Right. Which could have been interesting. But, they're not going there, obviously, and I think we're just going to have to see Brock Lesnar champion for a short time. Or he's going to hold on to it for a freaking year until next WrestleMania, which is bullshit if he does, because...
Oh, you really took out the big word, didn't you?
Yeah, I did this time, because I can't stand Brock Lesnar. Never have been able to, not in 2002.
I will tell you now, because if everything goes through, what I've been reading is Roman Reigns will win next year's Royal Rumble. Yeah, we're looking at this. We're like 9 months out, and we're talking about the next Rumble already, because they're thinking Roman's going to win the next Rumble, challenge Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the title, and Roman will be on SmackDown, as they're looking at it. Brock will be on Raw. He'll challenge for the title and move back to Raw. And that means if he's moved back to Raw, I'm assuming it means he's going to win it.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
They're going to try to get Roman that good of, like I'm going to say face heat.
Yeah.
To make him a face that fast.
I don't know. But, I guess we're going to see. So... I know I've talked about what I think of the match of the night, or what the matches of the night are going to be. Do you have a opinion? What do you think is going to be one that really is going to stand out?
If I'm looking at the match of the night, the one's going to stand out the most, I'm not positive. The United States Championship with Jericho and Owens would be one of the top matches. For the night, would have to be that one, besides the Cruiserweight title with Neville and Aries. Because Aries has been pretty good.
Yes.
And he's always been a favorite. People have always loved this guy. No matter how much of a cocky ass he can be,
Yeah.
people love him. But it's like Bobby Roode, too. So it's the same thing. So those two would be like a toss-up. The Taker and Reigns one, it's the same thing every year with Taker.
Yeah.
He gets this new guy to defeat, and they can't beat him.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm thinking the Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton one because they clash so much in the ring. Their styles are so different from each other.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
And I got a feeling something's going to happen.
Yeah.
The lights will go out, and Eric Rowan will be out there.
Yeah.
Lights are going to go out. He's going to be looking right in the ring, right across to Luke Harper. Luke's going to go for the boot. He's going to kick Randy right in the face.
Yeah. Which could easily.
Bray does the Sister Abigail to him. A little kiss on the forehead, plant him in the grave, finish it off. Luke's going to look at him in the ring, and I cannot believe I'm going to say this, but he's going to grab Bray's hand, he's going to hold him up, and out comes Eric Rowan. Or Eric Rowan's going to come out, they're all going to be standing, and the Wyatt family reformed for the 20th time?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that they're really trying to push Luke Harper on his own, too, though. I think after watching the match last night, he can do it.
But that's the thing is, though, every time they push these guys, remember they pushed Eric Rowan. He got hurt. Luke Harper came back. Harper hurt his shoulder. He disappeared. Eric Rowan came back.
Yeah, you're right.
Now Eric Rowan got hurt. Luke Harper's front and stage. He's the main.
I know. But he's also, I think, of the group, though, I think Luke Harper has the most potential.
Well, Eric Rowan's not bad. Bad thing is Harper has this weird look.
He does.
The bulging eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
The whole way he carries himself is different. Eric Rowan looks like a serial killer.
Yeah, you're right. Well, did you ever see Luke Harper, though, before? When he was in...
He looked the same. He had shorter hair.
He had shorter hair, shorter beard. But he took a lot more high spots. He still...
moonsault?
Yeah. And his character was interesting.
For a guy his size doing the moonsault? Yeah. So,
and seeing some of the stuff he can do, though, they just didn't let him when he was in the Wyatts because he didn't need to.
Yeah, so that's the only problem is they take these guys and they water them down. Leo Kruger, who became Adam Rose.
Right.
Should have left him as Leo Kruger.
Yep.
Great character. He was weird. He was eccentric. He was more violent in the ring.
Yep. They bring him in and make
Adam Rose made him a party boy, and people got sick of him after a couple months.
Yep.
And then he got lost to a rabbit.
Rabbit that changed.
But if you
ever
ever look though at the guys that were in the Rosebuds, you had Braun Strowman, Becky Lynch was in there once.
Yeah.
You had what was the name? Not Aiden English, but
Simon Gotch.
He was one of them.
Yep.
But there's been a lot of guys.
Yeah.
That have been Rosebuds.
Yeah. Well, because they were just coming up from the performance center and stuff, and they were easy to use because they were there. They were under contract already.
Yep.
But anyway, I don't know. Overall,
it's not a bad card.
It's not a bad card. I think it has potential. Let's hope they don't screw it up. Let's hope that they keep a good order of matches.
No, I just hope they don't take a match. It's 5 minutes. Now we got 20 minutes of video packages between.
Right.
5 more minutes of talking, the next match.
Yeah.
10 more minutes of video packages to go into the next match itself, which is fine with the video packages. But now, like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, at the start of the night, they'll be talking to these guys every once in a while. Like, so what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Braun Strowman's going to do this, or Big Show's going to do that. And that's what they're going to do throughout the whole night. So you can have, It's like a 5-hour pay-per-view that feels like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel like some of these matches you get cheated on. So say like you get a match like Ambrose and Baron Corbin. Watch it be 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The women's match will be longer, and theirs will be.
Yeah. No, they're bound to have some short matches that are just, BS matches. They're going to. Obviously, we're expecting that out of the Universal Championship, but as far as some of the other ones, Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin, I think if they do it right and they give them the time that they need, it could be a great match. Because it is so different and so unexpected. Jericho and Owens, they better not make a short match. It's going to be
at least 20 minutes, I'd say.
I think it's probably going to be a decent match. Decent length.
That poor guy is going to catch that pop-up powerbomb so hard.
Oh my God!
He'll catch him in the first one. He'll pop him up the powerbomb. He'll go right into the code breaker.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Or he'll get ready to pick him up. Code breaker.
Yeah.
Done. And then by the end of the match, he'll get the apron powerbomb or he won't. But if he gets the apron powerbomb, he'll roll him back in the ring to do the pop-up.
Yeah.
But I guarantee it, he'll do the pop up at least in the first 5 minutes of the match.
Yeah, probably.
And he'll go right to the code breaker.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I expect to see some kind of surprise. I don't know what it's going to be. But I think it's going to be interesting to see where they put it and how they do it. Overall, though, I mean, I am looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. There are definitely going to be bathroom break matches.
The wild one of the night, it's going to have to be Champion and AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Just because of being those two going at it in that type of match.
Yeah.
Yeah, your bathroom breaks tonight are probably going to be, I don't know about the Women's Championship match for SmackDown. It'd be a surprise because you don't know who the actual competitors are.
Right.
Obviously, the Cruiserweight Championship match won't be because it's going to be the first one of the night.
Yep.
Nachos come in around SmackDown Women's. Bathroom break before the Royal or the Battle Royal. The Raw Tag title comes up. That's when you get your slice of pizza.
Yep.
Intercontinental Championship match. That's your second slice. The United States Championship. You're going to watch the whole match. You're going to try not to go to the bathroom in your pants. Now you come into the women's match. That's going to at least a good 10-minute block of videos about what's going on and why they're going here and what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then it's going to go in the match. And so I guarantee you, before Shane and AJ go, that'll be where the card starts rolling. Because Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha, and Nia will be the middle of the card. And it'll get the viewers to stay tuned for the rest. Because that match will actually be nuts.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Because Nia's going to kill everybody in the match. Charlotte or Sasha will pick up the victory.
Yep.
Your baby face will be pissed.
Yep.
Because Sasha turns on her.
Yep. You're right.
So that'll be actually what sets the mood for the rest of the card.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to go from that to holy shit moment with AJ and Shane.
Yep. Yeah.
And the rest just roll right downhill. Because no one's going to care about John Cena, Nikki, Miz, and Maryse. Rollins and Triple H should be the other high spot in the night because they're being like, seriously, they're going to beat the crap out of each other. I guarantee you Stephanie will at least be out there at least once.
Yeah. Probably. And
Rollins will be doing something to Triple H. He should be out there telling him to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. And I think it's just going to be a fight. I mean, it's just going to be dirty and...
It's going to be like Orton's on the curb, or the pump. He'll be trying to do that curb stomp and she'll stop him because he'll be wanting to do it. Watch. On the steel steps.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because he'll be laying out there by the steps. He'll get ready to jump on him like he did to Kane.
Yep.
And they'll stop him.
Yeah. That's another thing, too, is Kane's not involved at all this year.
Nah. He's got better stuff to do. Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. But still, I like seeing Kane when he does show up. So, but anyway, yeah, I think overall it should be good. And if they do end it with Bray and Randy, it's going to be a very interesting ending.
Yeah, something's going to have to come up in the match.
So anyway, I think we've covered enough tonight. We're going to do this post WrestleMania. Hopefully it won't be as long unless it's extremely interesting. But I mean, for initial
Inaugural,
show, we went a little longer than I expected we would. But we covered a lot, and
that's
hopefully
we can't shut up.
Yeah, well, that's how we are whenever we get together. So the overall, I think for our listeners, we appreciate it if you lasted this long, or we're welcoming any comments. We're going to have a Facebook page up, most likely YouTube.
Most likely, I like that.
And we'll see what other social media things pop up. We'll let you know. But yeah, we appreciate any listeners. We appreciate any comments, whether you hate us, you love us. Hey.
Wow, you already get hate already. I like that.
Well, I mean, nobody's going to agree with us all the time, and we're not going to agree with each other all the time. So it'd be interesting to see what you guys think. But anyway, I'm going to end it with a post introduction. I'm Sith Lord Luke. Again, here with Zack, who really didn't talk much
he didn't really have
at
much
all,
information,
but he doesn't know much about wrestling. He was here to support us and let you know he does exist. We'll get on topics where he's going to have a lot to say. And
he does breathe and he does eat, so
he does exist.
Not sure if he goes to the bathroom though.
Well, I don't know, and I don't.
He could have a diaper on.
He might
have it ready for WrestleMania.
Yeah, really.
I mean, he won't watch it, but he'll have it ready.
Yeah. Anyway, and then of course we got Mikkel here, so we'll catch you next time. It'll be right after WrestleMania. Again, thank you very much, and talk to you soon.
Have a good night.